Hello and a very warm welcome. Your Zandvoort race reaction as Hadjar stands on the podium. Ollie Bearman goes from the pit lane to P6. Wow, what a crazy Zandvoort Grand Prix. Actually a lot better than anticipated. Oscar Piastri was world class and Lando Norris with utter heartbreak. And I've got to say, I felt sorry for him. That was absolute heartbreak, reminding me of Lewis at Sepang 2016. That is absolute heartbreak, gut-wrenching for Lando Norris, as basically he pulls off and retires and just hands Oscar Piastri a load of points. Gut-wrenching. But Isaac Hadjar on the podium, what a weekend he's had. Driver of the weekend, qualifying star, arguably the race star. That could be a bit controversial in a bit though. So, before we got underway, Lewis Hamilton under investigation for the pre-laps to the grid. Apparently he didn't slow down under a yellow. Alex Albon got a mega start and was up 5 places. And I've got to say, he deserves a shout out for the race star. 15th to 5th. Very impressive, Alex Albon. Max at the start, wow. Mega car control once again. He almost drops it. But he picks it up and survives. World class. Stroll and Bortoletto have contact. And then a rare mistake by Lewis Hamilton. The first retirement as he gets on the paint and drops it. Honestly, Lewis Hamilton, he's actually had a good weekend. He's probably had the edge on Leclerc, but yet again he qualifies behind him. And basically in 7th, huge mistake by Lewis. Unacceptable. And then here comes my rant. The FIA, I'm holding you accountable. What the fuck are you doing giving Carlos Sainz a 10-second penalty? I'm absolutely raging with the FIA. And what the fuck are they watching? What are they watching? How many more mistakes do you want to make? The world is watching. And you fuckers keep making mistake after mistake. Lawson, Carlos Sainz, contact down into 1 after the safety car restart. 100% Lawson's fault. It's nowhere near Carlos Sainz's fault. He's trying to go around the outside. And again, the FIA punish a driver for trying to overtake. That's Lawson's fault every day of the week. And the FIA give Carlos Sainz a 10-second penalty. You shithouses. Then Kimi Antonelli drives into Leclerc, speeds in the pit lane, drives into Leclerc, and then they bring up George Russell under investigation with Charles Leclerc. And then Charles Leclerc just drives into Russell. So we have Sainz Lawson. They give Sainz a penalty, flabbergasted. Leclerc drives into Russell. Everyone's, oh, what an amazing overtake. Leclerc's literally drove into the side of Russell, caused him damage, and yet it's a great overtake. And then Leclerc weaves down the straight. We don't even have a look at that. Antonelli then drives into Leclerc. I mean, wow, unbelievable. Horror day for the FIA, really horror day. And Antonelli needs to kick up the arse. Toto Wolff needs to get hold of this guy and give him a rollicking, because driving in to Charles Leclerc, unacceptable, and speeding in the pit lane. Summer break was meant to do him good, and he comes back with an absolute stinker again. Antonelli, stinker. So, my star of the race is Ollie Bearman. The Hadjar police will be out in force. I understand why you're giving it Hadjar, but he's gone from 4th to 3rd. Ollie Bearman's gone from the pit lane to P6. Alex Albon deserves a shout out as well in that category. Race rating, I'm giving it 7 out of 10. It was a lot better than I anticipated. So let's run down the order. P1, Oscar Piastri. Dominant. Had 4 safety car restarts. Nailed every single one of them. It was comfortable. It was dominant. And that is destruction by Oscar Piastri. World class today. P2, Max. The best he can do with the package he has. Obviously got a bit lucky to get 2nd as Lando retired. But yeah, mega save at the start. He was on for 3rd, inherits 2nd. Job done for the Dutchman. P3, Isaac Hadjar. Huh. What a weekend he had. Qualifying star. Most will give him race star. Driver of the day. Isaac Hadjar on the podium is absolutely sensational. In a racing bulls. I mean, not even Max achieved this in like Toro Rosso. Incredible, Isaac Hadjar. What a weekend you had. Unbelievable. P4, George Russell. I've got to say, that's quite impressive. After Leclerc just drove into the side of him, that is pretty impressive for George Russell to finish fourth with the damage he had. Yeah. P5, Alex Albon. Mega. Absolutely mega in the race. He's gained 5 places at the start around a tight track in Zandvoort. That is mega impressive. And he's gone from 15th to 5th. Credit where it's due, Alex Albon. Superb. 6. My driver of the day, Ollie Bearman. Pit lane to P6. Fantastic. He really does deserve driver of the day, in my opinion, Ollie Bearman. That is a mega race by Ollie Bearman. Haas, they went long, praying for a safety car. The safety car actually came, and Ollie Bearman, absolutely superb. 7th, Lance Stroll. I've got to say, he had contact with Bortoletto early on. He drives over a front wing, which is absolutely comical. He's crashed a car in practice too, crashed it in qualifying, and then, well, Daddy, I think I should come in for the hards and go to the end. Lance, I always wondered when you were going to get my brains. Well, I think it's a good idea, so should I box? Lance, come in and box, and we'll go to the end. P7, ahead of Fernando Alonso. Outstanding Lance Stroll. 8, Fernando Alonso. We saw Rage Alonso. Absolute classic rage by Fernando Alonso. You put me in fucking traffic. Quality. 9th, 1-1. Finally, get some points on the board, 1-1. Yeah, not bad. Needs to do better though. 9th's not good enough in a Red Bull, especially when Max is 2nd. 10th, Esteban Ocon. Haas went long, prayed for a safety car. They got a safety car. Ocon scores a point. Ollie Bearman's got a couple of points. Brilliant. 11th, Collie Dog. I tell you what, he's not really, you know a dog likes to bark and growl. We've seen no growl or bark. But Collie Dog, I've got to say, this weekend, Collie Dog's barking. Collie, just settle down. Again, Mush, interrupting my videos. Oi, give it a rest. Collie Dog, 11th. Very impressive this weekend. Credit where it's due. If he can keep doing that, brilliant. 12th, Lesbian Lawson. Basically crashes into Sainz, gets away without the penalty. I mean, what the fuck are the FIA doing there? 13th, Carlos Sainz. Royally bumfucked without lube by the FIA. How has he received a penalty for that? I will never know. Lawson goes into him and he gives Sainz the penalty. So the FIA, the great FIA, are now punishing people for trying to overtake. Carlos Sainz round the outside. We saw it with Norris and Max earlier in the race. Yeah, scandalous decision. You corrupt fuckers, FIA. 14th, Hulkenberg with a mucky weekend. Nowhere near good enough. Your qualifying's been a disgrace, the Hulk, and you get what you deserve. 15th, Bortoletto, up and down race, was in the points, contact with Stroll. 16th, Antonelli. He needs to kick up the bollocks. He really does. Kimi Antonelli should have started at a lower team. You throw him in at Mercedes, and he's basically sinking. He's trying to swim in the deep end, but he's sinking. He's got 2 breeze blocks round his ankles. Shit, Kimi Antonelli. You wiped out Max at Austria, and you've done the same to Charles Leclerc. Speeding in the pit lane, 15 seconds worth of penalty. You were in the points, on for a good result, and you fucked it. 17, Froglegs Gasly, dropped off at the end. Don't know what happened to him. Think he was on old tyres. We get to the DNFs, and a double DNF for Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton drops it, sums up his season. Been absolutely wank from the get-go. Charles Leclerc taken out by Antonelli. Nothing he can do about that. And Lando Norris, absolute heartbreak. Could that be his title up in smoke? I mean, there's a long way to go. But that's unacceptable by McLaren, unacceptable by the Mercedes engine. He didn't deserve that, Lando Norris. He's been fast this weekend, and yet he's come away with 0 points. And yet again, we were not allowed a race, really, between the McLarens. Oil leak, I believe it was. Heartbreak for Lando. I actually feel sorry for him. Genuinely not even taking the piss. That was heartbreaking, gut-wrenching to see. So there we have it. Race reaction for the Zandvoort Grand Prix. Isaac Hadjar on the podium. What a weekend he had. Join me tomorrow for interesting driver ratings, where we go in on drivers. We don't fucking piss about on this channel. Say it how you see it, or not at all. Adios.